So when I was a kid, like a little kid, um, these were all my mom and dad's records. And that's how I discovered music. That we had a record player in the house, and I would just go through these and look for like covers that looked cool, or just pick random ones and just listen, just find stuff that I thought was cool. And that's really like the birth of my like love for music is all right here. All the very first things that I ever listened to, the first things that I ever fell in love with: Paul Simon, Billy Joel, the Beach Boys, Elvis Costello, Springsteen, the Beatles. And like I definitely wouldn't consider myself like a record collector by any means. Like, you could see how beat up all the records are. They're all super old, but they're like used, my dad was listening to them for a generation before he gave them to me, and I listened to them, and Alan listens to them. Okay, Alan, chill, dude. This is honestly, no joke, one of the most important records that I own. It's Fiddler on the Roof. It's my favorite musical. But what I do a lot of times when I'm looking for inspiration is I go to these records and I pull random stuff out and I listen and I try to find something that I would not have thought of. And in like around maybe 2006 or 7, when I was writing like the Walking Wounded record, I went to the records and I just pulled something out, and it was this record, and I put it on and I listened to it, and it totally changed my like melodic perspective on music, and it has shaped the way that I think of melody. Like, so much Bayside comes from this record and the influences that came about after listening to this record. I love it so much. It's really, really important to me. Talking Heads, Low Creatures, Sinatra. It's funny because most people don't exactly know what my influences are, and when I start explaining them, they say, that actually makes a lot of sense. So like when I tell people I like Neil Diamond, I like Frank Sinatra, I like Michael Bublé, they're like, you know what, that actually makes a lot of sense. Cabaret. I wish I had the Liza. I wish I had the recording with Liza Minnelli, but that the Strangers is one of my favorite records ever. Another like super influential one for me. Anything Simon and Garfunkel, especially Bridge Over Troubled Water, probably the best song ever written. Up there, top 3 best songs ever written. ABBA, Greatest Hits, Born to Run. Anything Beatles. I mean, that's really like the earliest stuff that I can remember, like falling in love with. Sgt. Pepper's. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I think that's good. Yeah, that doesn't taste so good, does it?